Hello, Five for Talking, Hockey, Leafs, Talking, Games, podcast thing. Caps is here. Say hi. Okay, there he is. Uh, well, here we go. We're just going to jump into this. It's been 2 games, 3 games for like one team, maybe. I don't know. How do you feel?
um, they got a lot of work to do. I mean, they've given up 8 goals in the past 2 games. Um, their defense looks a little shaky. I know everybody's hating on Brody right now, but you got to understand, like, this guy just came to the team, and all I see every other 20 seconds of both games is Brody and Riley. Are they even using the other four
Yeah.
guys? Like, what the hell? What
Let
do you
me
expect them to do? Like, they're playing over 30 minutes a game, and they're probably tired as hell.
let me in on this one. Um, so for once, I've actually watched 2 Leaf games in a row. I've managed to gather the courage to put up with their garbage. Um, I'll tell you 2 things I noticed. One, you're correct; they are playing way too much. Okay, and 2 is a split. One seems to be every time Brody tries to go to the bench, he gets caught up in the play and has to stay on. I don't know if you noticed that. He got dragged out a few times there where he was on way too long because he would go be skating to the bench and someone would pass him the puck. Like at the end of the
Like,
game,
is
it happened
that his
twice
fault?
yesterday. No, 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 no.
You know what I mean?
Uh,
Like, I'm not saying that you're blaming it on him or anything like that. I'm just saying, like, is that really his fault that
no, it's not, and I think
he's
it's
trying to
really
get
stupid.
off?
And I also would like to point out that Riley seems to just not want to go off, and he's been making some of the worst passes ever. He threw the puck into the middle of the ice right on a guy's stick at least 6 times yesterday, sorry, against Ottawa. Just in Ottawa. I don't even remember the Montreal game. But I watched him pass a puck right up the middle of the ice to a guy's stick skating the other way. And I don't think Riley's obviously the worst player on the team or the worst
No,
defense on the
it's
team, but
not.
his ability to make errors is reminiscent of Jake Gardner. And it's crazy. It's absolutely crazy. Like, he needs to pay attention to what he's doing.
It's probably just like tired, worn out. I mean, like,
But like
I
I
think
said, that,
I think the game versus Montreal, he played like almost 35 minutes.
and I don't know if it's a coaching decision. But like I said, I noticed that Brody's trying to get off and not being able to. Riley doesn't even skate to the bench. Riley will have gone up and down the ice 5 times already and still skate up with the rush instead of getting off the ice.
This is going to be a very challenging season because they're not going to have time to practice. Like, it's a very condensed season. Games are
Yeah,
pretty much close together. It's pretty much all tape. They're going to have to watch the tape,
100%.
and they're playing tonight,
And
back to back.
I would like to point out on that, um, just some of the things that are happening out there is like I don't even know, man. Matthews and Marner, at least 3 times I've seen it, at least, where they get caught up in a play and the puck goes back the other way and they don't even skate back. They just like you see them, they do like a couple pumps and they're like, nah, forget it. And they just float back. Like, Matthews is not even trying to play defense. I
Yeah,
saw
I
him
mean,
check
I've seen
someone.
that. And here's the other thing: don't expect Thornton to be the one skating back there.
Oh no.
He can't.
Can I point out another thing? I keep wanting to point at things, but Jason Spezza was skating really well.
Yeah, I saw that. I saw that. I
He
saw
I
his
couldn't
effort.
believe how fast he was skating with the puck. I was like, is this the same guy that we watched last year that couldn't even make it down the ice?
Yeah, yeah. I think he's picked up his play a little bit, and I think he's done some things on in the offseason. I need
Yeah.
to, like, maybe take a look at
And
it.
maybe the closeness in proximity of the seasons, he didn't have any like layoff time, right? He was warmed up, and then came back into the season ready to go already.
Hmm. Hmm. Well, I can appreciate the effort that he's putting in, but at the same time, it bugs me because a person at his age who is not probably the centerpiece of the team is putting in that kind of effort, and some of these other guys are not. It kind of rubs me the wrong way. I can't understand that. Simmons, another guy who just was traded to the team like maybe a few months ago, is probably already seeing like, what the hell? Like, are these guys even trying? Like, what? Like he fought a guy on the opposite team in Montreal a few nights ago just so that he can get this team going. And right after he had his fight, he looked at his bench and yelled at them to say, "Wake up!" You know what I
Yeah.
mean? Like,
And
is that really? You need to
he did
stoop
it
to
yesterday
that.
too. He not only did he put in the effort to delay a referee call for so long that the team could have a second timeout basically at the end. He was gonna fight a guy just because of the sheer stupidity of what was happening on the ice. He looked at the Leafs on the ice and he's like, "This is what I have to do." You could see his mouth say it. He's like, "This is what I have to do." Like he's got to fight somebody every night. They brought him in here, and I'm not saying he's not a tough guy because he is.
He's a tough guy. Yeah,
Him and Spezza are the definition of watching those two games. Those are hockey players. They skate up the ice, they try hard, they play defense, they hit, they're willing to fight, and
who would have thought that you would be able to say that about Spezza?
at
Like,
this
you know what I
point.
mean?
I know, and it's like even Simmons disappeared for 2 seasons, and now we're talking about him. Like, look, and I know we had a lot of disagreements of this before the season, but now you have to admit that me and Bargo were pretty right about Simmons. I don't like the way they're using him. Does it not feel like they've brought him into this team and they're completely neglecting his abilities and they're just like, go out and be a goon? Like that's not his job. He
It's
should be
not his
scoring
job.
30 goals, not beating people up every night to make Matthews want to do something. Like Nylander looks really good.
Nylander looks really good. I will argue a little bit about Matthews. Matthews really, to me, he tries when he's in
The
the offensive zone.
I agree. I'll take that.
He really tries.
And I
And
think, sorry, go.
no, please go ahead.
I think that Marner, just on raw ability, looks really good when he has the puck. When he doesn't have the puck, and
Just
everyone
floating
kept
around.
preaching, everyone kept preaching his defensive ability. Yesterday, there was a play when they scored. There was 4 Leafs standing in front of the net, and Marner was literally just skating around. So who's playing defense? Marner was literally just doing circles at the top of the zone.
Yeah, they definitely get caught at times
Where's
with their
Tavares?
lack of defensive knowledge. He had a good game last night, though. I'll give him that much. He had a pretty decent game. 1 goal, 1 assist.
And the goal was nice.
And the goal was nice. I mean, he was trying. I just want a game where they're all trying. Jeez.
Yeah.
Like,
I think
you know,
I think Tavares is actually trying, but I don't think he's doing what he needs to do. He needs to be like, okay, you know what? I gotta just take the puck and score some goals.
yeah. I like the fact that VC's kind of picked up his game a little bit.
He looks like he's really trying.
Anderson, you know,
not only does he not look good, but the
start.
defense is not helping.
No, he has a slow start, and then
if they play bad
he
tonight,
gets better throughout the game. Though he gets better like as the game goes on, but like.
In the overtime versus Montreal, I gotta say this. He looked so bad. If they didn't shoot the puck directly at him, those like 5 shots they had, they would have scored every single one. Like he was so out of position and not ready for anything. And then, like, I don't know, man. I think you have to go. Well, they will because it's back-to-back games, right? I think they're gonna play Campbell.
Yeah, Campo's playing tonight.
Yeah,
he's definitely playing Campo.
I would like to see him put up a good performance, so good that maybe it wakes up Anderson to be like, oh shit, I got to play hockey.
I towards the end of last season, with the play of Campbell, I was already willing to put Campbell or make Campbell the starter. You know what I mean? Because like, I don't know what it is. Like, I don't know if it's communication. The goalie not really communicating with the defense. Hey, there's a guy that's not covered. Cover that guy or whatever it is. But it just seems like when Campbell's in net, it looks like there's a lot more communication or something like that. I don't know. It's just the way I see it. he looks like he's communicating more with some of the guys when he's on the bench. Um, I don't know. It just seems like Anderson's very, very quiet. I mean, I know that's his personality and stuff, but I don't know if you could translate that kind of personality on the ice. I don't know if it goes over very well. Um, I'm watching the game. Thank God they won against Montreal. But at the same time, there's so many things that they did wrong. Like they're on the penalty kill and they allow 2 breakaways on the penalty kill. Like, really? How is that possible?
You mean on the power play?
No, when they were on the penalty kill,
The
when
Leafs.
and they allowed 2 breakaways.
How do you even do that?
How do you? It's so weird. Like poor changes in lines, execution.
Listen, I don't know, like, and not everyone's gonna have seen this, but on the Taylor Hall's first goal that he got this year in Buffalo, their power play in that game, like all of their power plays, I don't remember a team playing like that. The way they move the puck in the offensive zone was crazy. The ability to move the puck around and pass it, it looked like when the Leafs are on a power play, it's like they don't have any space to do anything. Buffalo looked like they were just could do whatever they wanted. And
Who do they face?
I honestly don't remember.
Could have
But
been that as well. I mean, depending on who they were.
the thing is, though, I don't see maximum effort. When Thornton and Spezza were out there really good, maybe it's because they're just old and know hockey by now. Their movement of the puck between each other when it was the 6 people on the ice was crazy. Thornton was past to Spezza behind the net, back to Thornton, back to Spezza, back to Thornton. And it was just like they knew what to do. And then all of a sudden they passed the puck to like Matthews, and it's like, what do I do now?
I think the opposition is like probably concentrating more on Matthews.
I agree.
Covering him and not really worrying about Spezza and Thornton.
I want the Leafs to use to use Matthews and Nylander like Ovechkin. Put them in the slot, let them clap shots. That's all I want them to do. And I think that Nylander is proving why we liked him in the beginning, his goal scoring ability, and that he's worth how much he's getting paid. And I don't know if he's going to keep it up all season. It's only been 2 games, but it could go either way at this point.
Mm-hmm. I'm willing to Lennon should have been there from the start. I don't care.
I hate that decision.
I don't understand that decision.
Give me a full breakdown on this because I know you have opinions.
The theory behind it is that he's not used to NHL, the NHL ice. I don't understand that because the blue versus white game, he was one of the standouts. He was one of the best players on the ice. He was he was not the only one. I can't remember who the second person was, but he was one of the 2 people that scored in the shootout, blue versus white game. And he was the pairing with him and Bogosian were one of the standouts, talking points of that game. Not even Raleigh and Brody. They were behind. I would say Bogosian and Letnin were the best pairing in that game.
Yeah.
And I don't understand why they wouldn't start them.
Let's talk about exclusions here. The 2 best looking players coming out of camp and the blue and white game were Robertson and Lettinen. And you benched both of them. Benched both of them.
If I'm the coach of the team, I'm getting my best players in the lineup. My best.
Sheldon
I don't
Keefe,
give a damn who's making what. I don't care. If you're making $11 million and you're playing like shit, you are on the 4th line. Listen, I don't care. Or you're benched. I don't care.
Keefe better start learning how to count a potato pretty quick because he's out the door after this season if they don't do well. And he should be taking notes from Nick Nurse in the NBA because Pascal Siakam is supposedly the best player on the Raptors. He gets paid a buttload of money, way more than maybe double more than any NHL player makes in the whole NHL. And he got benched for playing like shit. If that's what you got to do. If Matthews, Marner, Nylander, Tavares, Riley, whoever doesn't want to play, they bench. You have enough goalies that you can punish Frederick Anderson at this point. Like, the season's long enough that you can take 1 or 2 losses right now by benching Anderson if you have to prove a point, because he needs to get it together.
He needs to get it together, and they got enough forwards to for him to make a statement on anybody that's not playing to standard. They got enough.
The league has learned, okay? Montreal is designed to beat Toronto, a team like Toronto.
Yeah, they are this year's Columbus Blue Jackets.
Ottawa,
I've already mentioned that.
Ottawa looks like they're built like that. What was the number one thing that we said that I complained about for sure in the last video? Dumping the puck. What have the Leafs been doing the last 2 games? Dumping the puck on every possession.
Yeah, not only that, but the stretch passes too, eh?
Who are
stretch passes? I don't know why.
Who's making stretch passes to Joe Thornton? Like, who's dumping the puck for Jason Spezza to chase it? Like, I don't understand the logic.
You know, I'm not surprised at the fact that Ottawa won the game last night, but like, if the Leafs were playing the way they're supposed to be playing, they would like literally destroy Ottawa. You know what I mean? I really hope that this is a wake-up call and they get their shit together, because that should have never have happened. But I'm not surprised, because it's been done before, time and time again.
I think the Leafs have exposed themselves. You're 5 years into this team? The NHL, especially the teams you face on a constant basis, Montreal and Ottawa, who now are stuck in a division facing you 9 times this season or whatever, okay, know you. They know what they have to do to stop you. They don't even have to be good teams. If they literally just play to prevent you from getting offensive rushes, you can't do anything because they know you can't play defense. That's the problem. This is not a fresh look for the Leafs. The Leafs are doing the same thing they were doing 5 years ago. Ottawa knows what they have to do to stop you. They're not idiots. They're a professional sports team. They've been watching tapes for 5 years of how to stop you.
Was it you? I think you messaged me yesterday that the Senators got a bunch of guys that are like 6'5" or something like that.
And they said it in the game. I was like, I didn't know this. They signed 3 defensemen that are 6'5" and all over 225 pounds. It was the guy from one of the guys was on Tampa Bay last year. I can't remember his name.
Dude, when I was watching the blue and white game, blue versus white, I may get his name wrong, but there was another standout. This guy was 6'6", and I think his name is Brazo. I think that's what his name is. He was the only one in that game that was throwing his weight around.
Isn't he the guy who's playing on the 4th line right now with Simmons and Spezza?
No, not
Barbasov or something?
Barabnov.
Whatever. Forget that guy.
But this guy, he was 6'6", and you could like spot him amongst all the other players. He was just massive, and he was the only one that was throwing his weight around. And he was a standout. You know what I mean? Like where the hell was this guy? Like, I've never seen this guy before, and he just looked like a monster. And I was like, that's a guy that should be on your team. And if you put him on your team, opposition is going to be scared of you playing against you, because this guy was a monster.
Dude, did you see? I want to say his name was Watson on Ottawa, the guy that had no teeth. And like, when that guy's out there and he's just laughing like a psychopath with no teeth in his mouth, and what are the Leafs thinking? Matthews is like, I want to get off the ice. Like, I don't want to fucking play against this guy. This guy's going to kill me.
Yeah.
And the Leafs don't have anybody like that.
I mean, they got Simmons, but like,
Simmons, I don't.
But like, I don't understand. Like, I don't want him to play like that as well. Like, because he's getting up there in age. But when you have prospects, guys in your system, like waiting, I never knew that. Like, they do have people that they can step up. They do have players that they could bring on the roster and play that role. I don't understand why they don't do it.
Listen, you went out there and you built this team. They brought in all the right pieces. We've been saying this all year. This has never been an argument that Ottawa did the right things. They look mean. Brady Tkachuk is not just a person with the skill level of Austin Matthews or Marner. he's also a guy that will literally take his gloves off and beat the crap out of you.
Look at the family, man.
Like, he can skate, he can puck handle, he can score, he can win face-offs, and he will absolutely fight anybody who gets in his way.
Yeah. I mean, it's no different with Matthew. They're the same.
Yeah,
They're both the same.
100%. They'll fight each other. I promise you. Like, it's crazy that Ottawa had this thought process. And I know the Leafs have good players. I'm not saying that. It's the fact that you keep trying to add more of the same guy. When did you realize that maybe I need to change? And yes, I like Thornton coming in. I like Spezza. I like Simmons. I like Brody, and I like Bogosian and these moves that they made. But you put them there and you gave them roles that either they shouldn't be doing or you didn't even play them. Like, so I don't know. I think today is going to be a jumble. I'd be happy to look at the rosters. I feel like the rosters are going to change. I mean, the rosters.
After the conclusion of the Montreal game, I was told that Keith wasn't going to nitpick. He better nitpick after last night's game because,
Dermott and
better adjust things now because it's not going to be pretty.
Muzzin had a lot of bad giveaways. Dermott and Hall, though, look like trash. And I don't know.
Yeah. I'm not saying throw in the towel or make crazy changes. I'm not saying that. All I'm saying is get your shit together.
Just adjust.
Like, they have the damn talent and skill.
Yes, agreed.
To do this, like,
just adjust.
I think it might have been you who said it before. Put Bogosian and Muzzin together. Who the hell's gonna like? I mean, I know Bogosian has made a couple mistakes here and there. He ain't no Martin Merchant, I can tell you that much. But like, maybe it's the person that he's playing with because I don't understand how throughout training camp you had Bogosian and you had Lennon playing together throughout all of camp, and then the first game you take Lennon off and you put Dermott.
Listen.
How do you make that adjustment before a game and they never even practice together?
This is the last thing I want to say, okay? And then we need to end this video. But I don't understand how you as a franchise are praising this line. The media is praising this line. You have fans dying to see what this is all about, this Bogosian and Lennon thing, and then as soon as the season starts, you're like, forget it. We've been letting them practice together for the last 2 months, but forget it. It's cool.
I don't get it.
Dermott hasn't even been. Dermott wasn't even at camp. We'll just throw him in the fucking roster.
Put Bogosian and Muzzin together. If you want to get tough, put them together. Who's going to mess with that? I'm pretty sure the opposition is going to have a harder time. And if they do put those two together, now you can have two pairings that you can roll out that you'd probably be a lot more confident in. Before a couple of days ago.
We haven't even seen the Western teams yet, okay? So that aside, just facing Montreal and Ottawa, I'm telling you, if they are going to keep playing the way they are, Montreal and Ottawa, the Leafs are not beating those teams. They look tough. I don't know what you're listening to, but
didn't realize it's my phone.
Yeah, so anyways, guys, thank you for watching. That's our Leafs talk.
Hold on, I'm not done yet, bro. I ain't done.
Okay, we're letting him go.
No, because here's the thing. Like, I was on the Score app, and this is part of the reason why, or this is what you were listening to. I'm looking at an article that says Matthews and Tavares call out team. I mean, yeah, call out the team, but put yourselves in that category too. And I think in the article it does. They do say that they were playing like crap as well. But like, yeah,
I like that.
Step it up.
But like, that's good enough for me for now. The fact that
here's the thing: you want to call it the team, that's fine. You want to call it the team, that's fine. But don't put Simmons and Spezza in that category because they're the only two that actually played.
And I'm good. I think you're right.
Now I'm okay.
Now he's okay. All right, guys. Thanks for watching. Like, comment, subscribe. Let us know what you think in the comments. Leafs talk. We'll be back next week with like a full NHL roundup. Thank you for watching.